Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Monici and welcome to Monici Makes. If you're new to my channel, basically I just like to make things pretty. I guess that's the easiest way to put it. I love doing DIYs. I love room remodels, transformations, makeovers. I love to flip furniture. I've loved doing that for such a long time, and it's taken me such a long time to be comfortable sharing my passion. So if you are here and you've been here for a while, I really appreciate you encouraging me to continue in this endeavor, and I hope you guys stay, and I have a lot of projects planned, so yeah, just thank you for being here. So today I have something fun and whimsical planned. We have a mirror that my parents have had in the basement for a long time, and it's just kind of dull, dark. It's okay if you like the style, but I personally think it could use some tweaking here and there. So I'm gonna try for the first time to work with air dry clay. It's a very big mirror. I mean, that thing is huge and it's really heavy. So I'm going to see what I can do with the clay to make this work. So let's get started, and hopefully this turns out to be the coolest project I've ever done. These are the silicone molds that I worked with. I found them at a local store that I always go to get my Dixie Belle paint, and I thought these were so perfect for what I had in mind. This is the air dry clay that I ended up finding at Hobby Lobby, and this is what I used, and I thought it did pretty well for the first time I ever used it. I definitely learned a few things, so I'm glad that I tried this project out. So what I'm doing here is putting the air dry clay in the mold, and what I did not show is I used a putty knife, spatula, whatever you want to call it, to scrape off the excess clay off, because you want it to be flat and you don't want clay to be overlapping. Basically, when it dries, then it's really hard to take the clay out after it's dry. So that's just a few pointers if you end up doing this. My first attempt was not successful. I did end up breaking a few of the molds, so I tried it again. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm gonna put the clay. I want to use this, but as you can see, the corners are so curved like this. I wanted to put maybe some roses here and in some of the corners, but I'm thinking I will have to put the clay in the molds and then slowly take it out of the mold while it's still wet and kind of put it here so it kind of curves the way it's supposed to curve in the corner. So I guess we'll see, and then once it dries, hopefully I can get it off, but I'm not sure. So I don't know if I have to kind of mold it in this corner and then slowly take it out, or I'm just kind of going with the flow at this moment. So we'll see how this turns out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait half a day, and when it's still kind of dry, I'll try to get it out, and then we'll see how that works. In these clips, the clay was still drying, but I was kind of playing around with the designs and seeing what I thought would look best. And when I liked what I saw, I just kind of let it sit where I wanted it, and I let it dry, and it actually worked out very well. This is the design that I ended up really liking. I think I might have added a little more, and once it was dry, I used E6000 glue, and this stuff is amazing. As you can see, this rose dried up very nicely, so I lifted it off and put some glue on it, and then I just placed it back where it was, and it stuck on pretty well. It takes about, I want to say, an hour to fully dry, so keep that in mind if you use this glue, but it really did not budge. I ended up using Dixie Belle's Pink Champagne, and I really enjoyed this color. It was a very soft pink, and I just painted the flowers, the border, the whole mirror, and I liked this color, but in the end I went in a different direction that some people might not like, as you'll see at the end, but I thought it was pretty. Just very soft pink. I think it would look really nice in like a little girl's room maybe. I used Dixie Belle's dried sage for some of the little accents around the roses. And I just did not like how it turned out. I used antique wax and I just didn't like the way it was going. So I did end up using some antique gold rub and buff, and I went over the roses with my finger, and I still didn't like it. So in the end, I kind of did something really different. I used Dixie Belle's Palmetto, which I love this color. I used this for an end table that I fixed up for Andrew's office. I will link that video. And I didn't want to make the entire mirror the same color. So what I ended up doing was stopping kind of midway, and I liked where this was going. I was just kind of trusting the process. And then I painted over some of the Palmetto because I kind of wanted to separate the green and the pink. And I painted over the roses once more so that I could make the gold pop on the green. So this is just drying, and you'll see the results soon. I ended up using a very small brush, and I put the antique gold rub and buff all over dry clay, and I just think it looked so beautiful. This was such a whimsical art project for myself, and I feel like I really used my creativity doing this. And I know that it's not everybody's style, not everyone's gonna love this makeover, but I really enjoyed myself, and I can't wait to hang this in my house. I was gonna ask my mom if she wanted it, and she wasn't the biggest fan of the difference. It's not her style, and I totally get that. I like that whimsical, eclectic feel, so this is more of a me mirror, so I'm excited to see where I can hang this up in the house once we can move in. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate your support. It means the world to me. Some of you know how much of a dream this has been for me to start a YouTube channel for the past 5 years, and I was just always too much of a chicken to go for it. So if you really want to help me out, subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up below. I just truly appreciate all your support. And I love you guys so much, and I hope to see you next time.